All right, so we've got Woodbury, Edina, same rink as last night. Second round of regions. We'll have Helfrich and Shoot back at the defensive positions. We'll have Fitzgerald on the dot, Sauter and Morgan as her wingmates. Woodbury coming off a 13-1 thrashing of Mounds View Irondale last night, and Edina shutting out Stillwater. So I think one of the keys to the game is to get past the first couple minutes, let the game settle in a little bit, and see if we can maybe have a tie game at the 11-10 minute mark, or even up a goal. But historically, the Woodburys and the Minnetonkas of the world, they start fast. They're able to find their way on the score sheet. They don't take much time. Their game yesterday was running time, so you talk about the 13 goals they put up. It could have been 14, 15, or even 16. Pohl had the first 4. We'll take an icing as Edina will have a face-off to the left of Weary. Weary getting the start today. We have 3 officials on the ice for these games. 45-minute late start as Chaska wins a thriller in the third overtime. We've got the puck on the dot. We've got McGarvey on the face-off. Woodbury trying to get it back to the point. A couple bodies fall into the corner. Sweetster chasing along with Williamson. Williamson collects the puck. Pinned up against the boards, gets it up to Heinmiller. Heinmiller trying to get it out of the zone, taking out the puck. Hoffman able to tap it out to neutral ice. Woodbury there closes fast. Woodbury tries to enter, they do, little dangle. Heinmiller comes over and tries to muscle her off the puck. They throw it back behind Weary. Near corner, McGarvey's going to have a little bit of time. Woodbury will get one girl off on the change. Heinmiller trying to collect. That's kept in again by Woodbury in a deep pinch. McGarvey now behind Weary, trying to take matters in her own hand, but she's taking out the puck as well. Last night we did have a little bit of a tough time getting it out. We do here. Hoffman shot to flex. Nice block there by Woodbury, and that's going to be, I was going to say, it shouldn't be covered up. Releases the puck in the nick of time. Forster trying to enter. Heinen controlling back in neutral ice. Nelson on the forecheck along with Forster. Forster gets a stick on it that pops near the dot. Woodbury able to control, coming back the other way. Shoot now into the corner fighting. Heinen there to help out. Up to Forster. Forster center the ice. Nobody home. That's kept in by Woodbury. Woodbury now dancing. Winds, shot, that's wide. Heinen to collect in the corner. Heinen trying to tap it out. Past neutral ice, she does. Nelson chasing again. Heinen overseeing things, and we'll have an ice. 12:32 remaining here in the first period. 0-0 hockey game, and we've checked a tiny box where we played 2.5 minutes of hockey. Game settling in a little bit. Edina's getting their feet under them. Woodbury has the pressure thus far. More zone time. Shots are still at 0-0. That's back to the point. Winds. That's sticked away by Weary. Weary passes the first test of the day. Passes the second test, hits it on the gobbler and spits back behind the net. Woodbury now chasing the puck down. If they get there, waved off at the last second. It's going to have to be played as Sauter and Morgan are back there trying to dig it out. Puck's loose in the paint. A couple swats at it, but Woodbury's going to be able to get it near back to the point. Sauter keeps it low to Morgan. Morgan now spinning. Morgan trying to get it to the center. Fitzgerald backhands that over the crossbar. Williamson steps up and has a nice hold there. First real good pressure from Edina. First really good scoring opportunity of the game to Edina as that puck sat in the paint for a split second. We had a few whacks at it. Fitzgerald now on the face-off with Sauter to her left, Morgan to her right. Shoot and Helfrich back at the point. Woodbury controls the face-off, trying to get it out. Shoot able to hold it in momentarily. Woodbury now coming across neutral ice, trying to put some pressure on, getting into the zone. Woodbury's got 2 on the puck, so does Edina. Fitzgerald now sauced back over to Helfrich. Helfrich trying to get up to Morgan. Morgan will now enter. Woodbury very fast on the back check into the puck, making things difficult for Morgan as she's taking out the puck. That reaches to Helfrich. Helfrich shot, tipped, and this goes wide by about 6 inches. And I believe that was a Woodbury player that tipped that puck. Have to go back and watch a replay on that as Shoot taps it to the far boards. McGarvey now trying to dig it out of the official skates. Woodbury trying to take her out the puck, and that puck will just get out, and Woodbury will have to regroup and neutral ice. McGarvey kicks it in. No call. Fans want a trip, but we're going to play on. Not going to call that. I mean, it could have been called. I think if you call that one early, then I think you're going to have... Yeah, I think there's going to be probably too many girls in the box today, so no real competitive advantage. I don't think McGarvey would have got there for a scoring advantage, so I think, as no calls go, 2-on-1 now. Edina, and they just can't get to it. Goaltender doesn't get enough on it. Top of the circle action with Williamson and Hoffman fighting. Woodbury collects behind their goaltender. Heinen now trying to dig. Forster overlooking things. Sweetser pinches up. That hits her in the chest and bounces back into the corner. Heinen takes a stab at it. And that's going to go down to neutral ice. Nelson grabs. Nelson has Forster taking a look. Nelson enters. Nelson gets it deep. Heinen's got a chase. Nelson bumps her off the puck. Heinen now shoves that to the opposite corner. And nice play by Helfrich. Helfrich looking for a centering pass, and that's off Heinen's skate, and that's going to get out of the zone. Shoot now back in neutral ice. A replay of what Nelson just had moments ago. Takes the same path, trying to get into the zone. She's taking out the puck. Woodbury now trying to come back the other way. Heinen on a back check with a nice stick. Slows down the entry just a bit in time for her teammates to get back. And here comes Shoot, fresh off the ice, lifting a stick to negate that opportunity. Woodbury now behind Weary, back to the point. Shot, tipped, loose. That's going to fall back behind the net. Up to Forster. Nice collection by Forster. Beautiful play there as she touched it off the boards to get an exit. High off the glass, and Woodbury not able to hold it in, but they're going to get on sides. Nice play by Sauter. Sauter getting her body into the Woodbury girl's body to get her out the puck. Very great play by Ella Sauter there. Shoot tries to get it high off the glass out, but that's kept in. Shoot's going to have to regather back in the corner and take another chance at it. That's not able to get out. Woodbury able to keep it back in. Finally able to get out. We'll have an offsides with 8:36 remaining here in the first period. And we've checked another very tiny box. We've got almost 7 minutes gone, 0-0 hockey game, and this is, about the speed that we played at the Cake Eater. Now, that was a 4-0 game, but we had a lot of opportunities in that game. We weren't able to put the puck in the back of the net. Woodbury had a couple goals on some odd man rushes with some breakdowns, so it was a closer game than 4-0. And then, of course, in Scrimmage Fest, to start the season, there's a 2-2 tie. As a puck spits to the paint, Weary comes over to keep that out of the net. Williamson trying to get it out. That deflects traffic. Fitzgerald up the boards. Morgan now trying to dig it out. Morgan does show a 2-on-1 with Sauter. But Woodbury very fast back to the puck. I tell you what, when you get to these teams that are 1, 2, 3 in the state, as Helfrich unwinds a shot just wide, ricochets back behind the net. They're very fast, like Edina is. You got the Edinas, even Chaska, who's not a top 5 team. You certainly can recognize the speed, 1 to 15 or 1 to 12 on how many girls, these teams are rolling, to where, there shouldn't be 7, 8 goals. Puck's now loose in the corner, 2 on the puck for each. Woodbury able to come away with it. McGarvey does a nice job there. McGarvey making things difficult for Woodbury as they try to get an exit. That's going to spit to neutral ice. They're going to have an opportunity here. Wines, shot. Weary comes up big off the shoulder. Slap shot. Save. Covered up. Body's flying. We'll have a face-off with 7:17 remaining here. Good opportunity for Woodbury as they unleashed a couple lasers. bringing the heat in Edina's zone. The last 15-20 seconds. Now that's going to come back to the point. It's going to slip out. Hoffman's going to try to chase it down. Hoffman just not able to get there. It's a good competitive battle between Hoffman and Woodbury's D, and Edina will take an offsides. Yeah, it's as good of a speed battle as you're going to see. And Hoffman, one of our fastest players, if not the fastest in some instances. And then Woodbury, caught a little flat-footed, and they were able to get neck and neck. And Woodbury did a nice job of making sure that Hoffman didn't have an opportunity to go one-on-one with the Woodbury goaltender. McGarvey trying to get an entrance. Woodbury now coming back the other way. That's going to spit to the corner. Woodbury's player loses an edge. Collected now. Woodbury trying to get it to the center, but she's taken out the puck by McGarvey. McGarvey now trying to use her wheels to get out. McGarvey touches up the boards, trying to catch up to her own pass. Can't. McGarvey's all over her, just like a fighter pilot. Shoot now. McGarvey's gas has to get off. Shoot's going to have to do things herself. Shot, and that is, we talked about it early, this goaltender is a good goaltender, but she can let a few oohs and ahs leave the parent's mouth as these pucks get put in her vicinity. And that was one right there where should have been a routine blocker save back behind the net, and almost went in. Puck intercepted by Helfrich. Helfrich touching up to Forster. Forster trying to get it out. Helfrich now back in the corner. Has some time. Well, I haven't got any notifications that the stream is not on. So, Woodbury trying to collect that face off. Sauter has other ideas as that gets flipped to the near boards right below our viewing point. Morgan whacks that into the corner. Sauter there to try to dig it out. Fitzgerald there to try to help as well. It's kept in by Sweetster, but Morgan's going to regroup back at neutral ice. Looks Williamson off. Trying to get it deep. That's past Sauter. Nice play by Williamson. Gets her stick in there. Turnover at the blue line. Dangle. Shot. Goal. Costly turnover there. Woodbury, the wrong player got it. She's one of their best players. She's one of their biggest players. She is one of their best players. That's the wrong person. You want to turn that puck over there. And she undressed a few, and nothing Weary could do about that. Threw it back in the net with 4:41 remaining here in the first period. Just one, and Edina's had some opportunities. I mean, we've been right there. I mean, it could easily be a 1-1 game or a 1-0 game in favor of Edina. So, from the standpoint, this game is going a lot as how we would have wanted it to go, outside of being down 1-0. McGarvey throws that to neutral ice. Woodbury back to gather the loose puck. Hoffman able to touch it back in. Woodbury in good position there to come away with it as they'll go back behind their netminder. Looking for a little bit of a lane to get out. Couple dangles, and they're going to get across neutral ice here. Nice individual effort there by the Woodbury forward, or D, to get it out. Heinmiller does a nice job collecting it, taking off the puck. Woodbury throws it back in. Helfrich collecting. Alfrich throws it back down the length of the ice. It was touched, so it's going to have to be played. Edina will get some fresh skaters.
Nice, good eye on that. We saw that.
Yeah, just barely touched, just enough. So that's how you'd want to draw that up. Woodbury, 3:13 left here in the first period. And as we said pre-game, it's going to take 4 today anyways. Somebody asked, like, what do you think? I said, well, it's going to take at least 4. We're not going to win a 2-1 game or a 2-0 game, 3-1 game. Another goal. 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here. And it's about to get ugly real fast. That Woodbury player was strong on the puck there. She fended off 2 Edina girls. Centered the puck, 5-hole. And that was I think in the NHL they call it a man's goal. That was a women's goal. Reese Unklesby had the assist, and she was going to make sure that she kept that puck entering the zone. Shoot now back, trying to control. Weary sticks that back, and listen, I mean, you got to try to get the next one, whether it's 3-0 or 1-0. You keep that compete level up, and it's unfortunate because we've been playing better than down 0-3. It's been that, but 3 quick ones, and here we are. And just off sides as Woodbury was trying to look for their 4th. Well, shots on goal are 11-5. Woodbury with the bulk of those shots in the last 5-6 minutes. They're going to go D to D with it. That hits Nelson. Forrester now trying to get it deep. Nice play by Williamson, but Woodbury able to touch it back out. They're going to have one-on-one hockey. Nice play by Sweetser to come over, and you better not call that. Just a good body-on-body play. It's not Sweetser's fault that she's stronger. Wrong girl to get the puck there. You got to get on that body. Big, strong kid, skilled kid, number 77, and Edina will be content to take an ice with just over a minute remaining here in the first period.
We got to start try and make plays.
Really well officiated game thus far. You get to this time of the year, and these guys, you can tell, have officiated a game or two. They're got a little different look and a little different style to them. And we watched a lot of that game previous to this, and that was a really well officiated game as well. Burnsville and Chaska. Edina and Woodbury, not 2 teams that are going to take a lot of penalties anyways. I would be shocked if Woodbury was in the upper tier of minutes taken in the district that they're in, and I certainly know that Edina is not. So it's a lot of skill on the ice, a lot of speed. And right now you got to think, if we can get out of here down 3-0, that's a very, very tiny win, but that has to be the goal of 45 seconds left here in the first period. Shoot now back behind Weary, trying to touch up the Sauter. Sauter looking for Morgan, that connects. 2-on-1. 27 remaining. Morgan entering. Puts on the brakes. Shoot back to neutral ice. Shoot now trying to create a little bit of space. 15 left over to Sweetster. Sweetster now trying to get it up to Sauter. Sauter gets it deep. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Morgan on the forecheck. 7 seconds. And that will about do it for the first period of hockey, and we'll be 3-0 hockey game going into the second period. Got it.
Well, you gotta get the first one.
Got make it a game, get some energy and be like, hey, we're within 2. But if they can't get that one, then it's it's okay. We got Shoot back behind Weary. Shoot now trying to control things. Woodbury 1 through 12. I think they're rolling 12 today or 11. They're just so fast, and they're in such good position to make it very difficult. To where typically this girl's a real deal, right? Yep, big, skilled, great hands. You can check the box on a number of things that are important to be a good hockey player. And she would probably fill up that sheet. Shoot now over to Heinmiller, and that's where we got to make a play to get it out, and Heinmiller did a good job there. Because Woodbury is going to get their opportunities like they have now as they're dancing and takes a backhand shot that hits some traffic. Loose near the dot. Hoffman now trying to grab it, get it out, muscle it out, but Woodbury's able to shove it back in, but not before it gets outside that blue line by about 6 inches. Yeah, Woodbury, Minnetonka, right now these are the two teams that you're going to have to get through in this region. Forest Lake is a very solid team. The Valkyries, which people thought would have had a chance to make some noise, have now exited the party. Right. They have called the Uber and are heading home. Heinen chasing. Forster trying to get a stick on it. High off the glass. Puck loose. It's going to reach back to Nelson. Nelson over to Sweetster. Nice play by Sweetster. Gets it deep. Now we got to go on the forecheck and make something happen. Okay zone time here for Edina, but not a lot of puck control within the zone. Woodbury decides to throw that back down. That's going to roll. It's going to be waved off. Fitzgerald now winding behind Weary, puts on the brakes, turns it over to Woodbury behind the net. Williamson comes over to help out.
Oh boy, little dangle. She dangled right out of there. God.
Goal. Gotta get that bad boy out of there. I mean, if you go south against this team, they are too fast. They're going to make it very difficult. Not that they're not going to get it if you decide to go north, but to put yourself behind Weary, I mean, it's 1 through 11. These girls, when they smell blood, you know, not too many better. Woodbury entering again. Shot, and it's a block saved by Weary. Saw that the whole way. And you could tell she saw it the whole way because it was just a nonchalant move with the blocker. And so as important it is to get the blocker there, it's always fun to see just, you know, how much effort and anxiety went into putting that blocker in the spot.
That was a goal.
Oh yeah, that was a goal. Yeah, we're down 4 rip. Yeah. We need a grand slam to tie it up.
I thought she said that.
Get a couple walks, maybe get somebody on base by air, and, you know, get Big Poppy in the batter's box ready to do some damage. Or Herbeck in game 6 in 87. Yeah, I mean, we get, you know, that's kind of been our MO. I mean, against good teams, it's been tough to put the puck in the net, but again, you know, you're not supposed to be scoring 7 or 8. You know, this is 1 or 2 as far as the top team in the whole state of hockey at the 12U level. So, you know, you can measure yourself against teams like this and, you know, come away with, you know, some good, some bad. But being down 2-0 or, you know, 3-0 to a Woodbury isn't, you know, anything that, you know, you have to feel like you're underperforming on. It's just, it's going to take a couple of stars aligning to, you know, keep this a close hockey game. And I really thought that 4-0 game that we lost at Cape Eater was a lot closer than the score. And you can throw the scrimmage fest game out the window. I mean, that's brand new. Everybody's early in the season. But after it's all said and done, everything shakes out, you know, we will be one of the few teams to, you know, put a tie or a loss, you know, in the category when Woodbury looks at their record at year end. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Like, you're going to have to make some quicker decisions. Woodbury is just, they're going to make you play hockey. They're going to make you play 12A hockey. I think last night Christina was like, hey Taylor, you got some speed out there. I said, no, you have to move the puck. Like, it's not rush against this team. You're going to have to, you know, play A hockey, not B1, B2 hockey to have any chance.
Play the body.
And Weary pounces on that. Good awareness there. 9:54 remaining here in the second period. 4-0 hockey game. Shots still in favor of Woodbury, 14-5. And what you got to really start thinking about, you know, it's sad to say, but as this game goes on, if we don't get closer, you do have to figure out, like, whose legs do you want to save for that Chaska game at 6 o'clock tonight. So you do have to manage it from a game standpoint and a tournament standpoint, because that game is going to be obviously do or die. And you'd like to play as many as possible. It's not to say that you're going to make it all the way. We still have that opportunity, but you'd love to play as many as possible. Get your money's worth. I think I was assessed $250. So I'd like a few more games. Sauter now trying to collect at neutral ice. Fitzgerald and Morgan trying to get there, but that'll make its way back behind Zelgart, who's in goal for Woodbury. Not seeing a lot of action today. The action that she has seen, she's done away with.
That was very early on.
Very early on. Yeah, I mean, we had a couple really nice looking opportunities early on.
Oh, gotta get that out.
not unbelievable firework type of opportunities, but Woodbury's always looking for that high quality shot. Yeah, they're really good in small spaces. They've got 4 or 5 girls that always looking to get, again, that high quality opportunity. Very rarely will you see them just throw it from the point on net. They'll try to hit that low threat. Weary comes up big and escorts that to the corner. Woodbury still controlling, nobody home there as they were getting on a change, so they'll have to regroup. This is Newman. This is one of Taylor's buddies from the summer. Newman back to play for Woodbury, doing a nice job there. Woodbury now entering a little dangle. Can't get past everybody. That's going to be picked up. Shot. Gobbler save. Pounces on it. It's either off the gobbler or off the face mask. One of the two. You heard the clink way up here. And Woodbury with all the pressure, now up to 19 shots, bringing all the heat, putting the stress on Edina's defense and Weary. Woodbury able to knock it back in. Sweets are trying to get a handle on it. Woodbury steps up from the point, tries to walk it in. Shot saved by Weary. Back to McGarvey. McGarvey will now have some room to get her strides going.
So that happened.
Nice save by Weary there.
Weary just getting a workout.
Weary's playing good hockey. She's playing good hockey. She's faced, 20, 21 shots. At this rate, that's going to reach, 40 or 45 by game's end. So you can cancel the goalie training. You can cancel everything else. Like, she'll get her workout and she'll get her practice in today. Edina just having a very difficult time trying to get it out. Finally, Heinmiller's able to whack it near neutral ice. Woodbury's able to pick that loose puck up. A little bit of an errant pass there as there's nobody home. That hit some traffic from Woodbury. Woodbury able to keep it in, but Hoffman's able to throw it back down the length of the ice. That will not get there. It'll have to be played. And Edina is gassed. They just spent, it felt like the last 2 hours down in their zone. They finally are able to get it out. Some fresh skaters on the ice. Nelson back to Halprich. Halprich up to Heinen. Heinen will have a little bit of an opportunity. Woodbury's goaltender comes out by about 3 or 4 feet, shuts down the angle. That was a nice play. I mean, you had Nelson throw it back to Halprich. Halprich had her head up and hit Heinen, and that's, like I was saying earlier, you're going to have to play hockey to get some of those opportunities, and that certainly was a play where they caught Woodbury there, and that's a breakaway that we don't see too often. Yep, dangle. And Weary says, anything that you can do, I can do the same, as she comes out and cuts down the angle and keeps it a 4-0 hockey game. So back-to-back saves by goaltenders under a lot of pressure, one-on-one in the backyard, and both goaltenders come away with the victory. 2-on-1, move it over. Right now. And that has got to be one of the saves of the tournament. Sliding to her right, reaches back out to the left, and that was a fantastic play by Sauter. I thought she should have maybe moved it over earlier, but Sauter had a better idea, held on to it, moved it across the slot into the just outside the paint area, and back-to-back really good opportunities for Edina. A breakaway and then a 2-on-1, and there was some robbery. Getting robbed. Look it up in the dictionary. You'll see a replay of that. Or Jim Carrey with the lady in the motorized cart. Well, we fought off a ton of zone time at Woodbury. I mean, they should have paid us rent. And we come back with two, we'll call them grade A+ opportunities of our own. Well, they've got the girls that, if you're not going to play the body, they've got 4 or 5 of them that can, make the parents get online and look for lessons on how to play the body. Yeah, I mean, I think that was Paul. She's quick. She's quick.
Oh, get it out.
Shoot now with some ice.
Go, girl.
And that's gotta be a call, but they're gonna let that one go, and that's a little bit that is surprising. And we'll just set the landscape a little bit. Down 4-0, makes a play to get in the zone, taking off the puck pretty aggressively. Up 4-0, you might let it go, but again, I'm not going to complain about the officiating too much. It's been pretty solid, but that one I thought could have been called. And Ellison doesn't do a lot of palms to the sky, and that one, she does. And so you knew that, her sense was like, hey, what do I got to do here?
Dad's going to get on there for that.
Well, I mean,
don't complain.
I mean, listen, it was just a normal reaction. She did exactly what she's supposed to do, and she's like, "How? I'm supposed to get rewarded." Sticked away by Weary, and that'll be covered up. Yeah, I don't think it was much complaining as it was like, "Hey, what do I got to do here? Like, we're trying to get back in this hockey game. It's 4-0, but 4-1 going into an intermission and ice resurface is a lot different feeling than 4-0." Well, if you can get the last one before the resurface, the coaches get in the locker room and say, hey, we could have had 2 or 3. We've had a breakaway. We've had a 2-on-1. And you get an opportunity to cut it to 2 entering the third period. You gotta get some excitement going. It looks like we're going to have an offsides, or no, Woodbury go to the back at the box. I think I didn't see it.
They finally called it.
They got one. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call. I don't know. I think maybe Nelson got rocked and they called it. I don't know. I say that because she was on the ice. But hey, listen, we've got the first power play of the game. Woodbury with a win there. 2:49 remaining in the period. Back to shoot. Shoot. Has Sauter. Wide open. Tries to go back to Morgan. Nope, you got to get over to Sauter. You just do. Fitzgerald trying to collect back behind the net, has some time, over to Morgan. Morgan back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to the front of the net, loose! 4-1. That's the one we needed, and that's how you set up a power play. You control it in the zone a little bit, and you make Woodbury chase just a tiny bit, and breakdowns will happen at any level. And listen, Fitzgerald Morgan with a little two-girl game, and that's exactly how it should happen. So power play goal. $1:48 remaining here. Now, do we get a little greedy and get the next one? Yep, I will save your chair. And this is going to be a race that we're going to have to win, and Williamson gets her just in the nick of time. Up to Hoffman, dump and chase. Heinen digs it out of the corner. Shot, and that just goes through the paint, and it didn't look like much, but that barely missed. Minute 15 left in the period. Who else but KK McGarvey on the doorstep to watch the paint dry and throw it home? And it doesn't seem like much before, the nonchalant saves, some of the tough saves that Weary was making. But you need them, and you have to have them if you want to give yourself any chance to go into a locker room with the glass half full.
Scoring for Edina, 13, Catherine McGarvey.
Nice.
And just whack it behind the net, Taylor. No, let's shoot, get it, play it. Guys, you know what? You got to play that to shoot. You got to touch that to shoot as she's going back with all that ice. You got to be aware. I think. I mean, you get the icing, I get, but it's been so difficult to win these face-offs down here. I'd like to see Shoot try to wind that sucker up because she's been just getting there to get loose, but the right hockey play is obviously to take the ice. On the video game, I play that. That'll do it for second period of hockey. All right, start of third period. 4-1 Woodbury. 24-10 shots in favor of Woodbury. Looks like they borrowed a Rosemount goalie because, you know, they only have one goalie, but I suppose if the goaltender en route, you know, doesn't make it, or if it gets equipment, or, you know, you wouldn't want to talk about injury, but it would be different to see that one in net with that Irish jersey on. It'd be, you know, just kind of like your pickup hockey at Todd Park. So you got Fitzgerald on the dot, Morgan to the left, Sauter to the right. Helfrich to shoot back at D. Woodbury controls it back to their D. Shoot steps up and shoves it to neutral ice. That's taken away by Woodbury and just off sides as Woodbury was looking to get off to a fast start in the third period here. Well, that's yeah, that's as periods go. Like, you gotta get ready here. Edina taking advantage of an offside. Wins that second face-off of the period. Woodbury trying to keep it deep. Puck's loosing some skates. Fitzgerald trying to dig it out. Shoot comes over to give some assistance. Thrown back behind Weary. Helfrich collects. Trying to get it up to Sauter. It's passed her out the boards. It'll have to be played as that will not reach. Woodbury first to the puck. Stumbles a bit. Regathers. Errant pass taken away by Heinen. Taken back by Woodbury. Sweets are trying to play it on the near boards. That's held in momentarily, shoved back into the corner. Sweetser takes a wipe at it, chasing back behind Weary around to the far boards for Sauter to chase.
That kind of worked down.
That hit one of our players on the bench? Must have. Oh, high stick. Okay. Woodbury high stick, so that'll result in a face-off. I rely on Edina fans to keep me honest with what's going on the ice, so I appreciate that, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Miller winds.
All right, do it again.
A little bit of pressure from Edina there. Miller had two options. One was a shot, one was a pass. Both good choices, opted for the pass and just unable to connect in time with McGarvey. She was begging for her second goal of the game. Nice save by Weary. Woodbury back to neutral ice. Morgan trying to come away with it. Sauter enters. Takes a little wrister, and that goes wide into the corner. Now in the near boards, Morgan pinching. Heinen coming over to help out. Morgan trying to peel it off the boards. Shot, and that is misplayed, but stays out of the net. That was another one of those hold your breath moments. And we're going to get, it's got to be an offsides. Can't be a penalty, is it? We'll face off at center ice. Hey, Harden, get off. Here we go. Get in there. Get in there. That's off the shoulder of Weary. Just under 9 remaining. Woodbury with most of the pressure in the last 3.5-4 minutes, and that one we're gonna get. Woodbury now trying to get a touch. Nelson up to Heinmiller. Heinmiller with a dangle and taken off the puck, and that'll be a power play for Edina. So let's see if Edina can get their power play.
Scored on it last time.
Scored on it last time. And those are some of the breaks you need. You need to be able to have that competitive fight to where the opponent is forced to do something they'd rather not sometimes as you're trying to put them in a position. And oftentimes the arm goes up and Edina will have an opportunity here. Morgan now taking off the puck. Shoot holds momentarily. Woodbury able to exit. That's past McGarvey. McGarvey now looking back to the point. Has Sauter. Sauter over to Shoot. Shoot dumps and chases. That was one of the it was the best option. She's flat-footed, so let her teammates go to work a bit, and Woodbury will have an opportunity. So we've got our goal was a power play goal, right? Our goal. Yeah, so we got a power play goal. We gave it a shorty, so that's even, Steven. Giving up a lot of shorties this year.
Scoring for Woodbury. 72nd minute, unassisted.
That can't be a call. She lost her edge, and they're going to get somebody. And get with a high stick, it looks like. We got 7:47 remaining, 5-1 hockey game, and if you look at the type of teams that we play at this level, the Woodburys and Minnetonkas, that has been the score: 5-0, 6-1, 5-1, a couple 4-0s, 4-1. So you would anticipate it the rest of the way. Edina hoping to claw back a little bit and get it to a 3-goal game. Woodbury's on the power play, and that rides up Weary's stick and flops the side of the net. Woodbury's power play is really, really good. I'm surprised they're taking some of those shots from the point. I watched them earlier this year. Oh, it's 4-on-4. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. It's like, no wonder why. All right, we'll take 4-on-4 then. All right. I've been like out to lunch. Just lost broadcaster of the year. And nice save by Weary, stick that to the corner. So now we got a 5-on-4 for 10 seconds. And that'll do it. Both teams at full strength. Fitzgerald now trying to dig the puck off the boards. Gets it over to Shoot. Shoot now looking for McGarvey. McGarvey reins it in, trying to enter. Little shot, and that's a very confident looking save. Sought the whole way, looked right into the mitt. Shots on goal, 26-13. We thought it might creep towards the 40-45 range, but that slowed down a little bit. A bouncing puck, able to just see its way out of the zone. Woodbury now winning a neutral ice battle of sorts. Scrum near Edina's bench. Shot, save, loose. Back behind the net into the corner. Nice hold by Woodbury as they throw it back behind Weary. Hoffman just says, somebody can pick that puck up. They're not paying attention to me back here. That goes through the paint. Heinmiller chasing. Woodbury very well positioned from the D standpoint there to keep it down low into the corner. That's a nice stick there by Woodbury's defense to keep it low. Edina and Woodbury fighting in the corner. Heinen finally able to come away with it, but pull from Woodbury comes over and takes her off the puck. A little dangle, backhand wide. Nice play there. I believe that was McGarvey getting her stick in the way. You got Hoffman. Not anymore. They got her now. And we'll have an ice. 4:24 remaining. Yeah, Hoffman's kind of leaking out a little bit there. I don't think, I mean, they're aware Woodbury's not a team that would fall asleep on that, but I think Hoffman did a pretty good job of just finding her own little space back there. We were just unable to get the puck and control it long enough with our head up to find her. Now, as far as breakaways go, I believe Hoffman probably leads in that category for us. Nelson up to Forrester. Forrester able to get it to Heinen. Heinen whacks it in, and Edina will try to put a little pressure on. We've been in front of Weary for it seems like the last half hour. Couple whacks at it. Shot and saved and slips just outside the paint. Helfrich now back to play. Jeez Louise. I like that shot. Just a make sure you're awake type shot. That was wide, but Weary would have had that saved. A little sneaky shot there. Back. Yeah, Woodbury's just very fast to the puck. Still. Got a girl, Taylor! And it's padded back behind Edina. 2:20 left, trying to end on a good note. Get the last one and the next one here as Sauter looks for Morgan, and that goes wide. Yeah, that stretch where they had 3 goals in what it seemed like 3 seconds. The difference in this hockey game, right, Ann?
Just don't let him get another one. Seriously.
Well, she's gassed. She's tired. You know, it's a good ice to take. You got to get off the ice. You know, they worked extremely hard last night. That was a very hard-fought 3-0 game. Come back this morning and have to bring the type of energy you need to stay in the game against a team like Woodbury. And you got to be looking forward to Chaska Chan, which I believe tonight is at 6. And that'll be win or go home. This will have to be played. Hoffman able to get there first. Heinmiller trying to operate back behind the net, still controlling. Woodbury able to come away with it, and they'll have to buckle up a little bit as they've got some speed coming across neutral ice. McGarvey, the very physical, fast play there to prevent the puck getting to Weary. Yeah, they are always in that spot right below the dot. Very, very well coached team. Well, it just seems like they won 11, and you know,
both Olympians.
Yep, a lot of these girls played together in the summer, and they just have a knack to be where they're supposed to. And obviously, very, very talented group. 25 seconds left. Edina trying to get out of here.
With a 5-1.
Well, hey, 5-1 sounds a heck of a lot better than 6-1.
That's right.
It just does. It just, and that's where it's been. It's a 4-goal game today. It's a 4-goal game in Cake Eater. So, par for the course.